Good day, everyone. For today, I will present to you the more specific professional responsibilities. So, the second code of ethics, section number 2, addresses professional responsibilities. So, the section 2.1 strive to achieve high quality in both the process and products of professional work. The professional must strive to achieve quality and to be cognizant of the serious negative consequence that may result from poor quality in a system. So, as a computing professional, we should always try to be responsible to give the highest quality in our works or on products or services. 2.2 state here that acquire and maintain professional competence. A professional must participate in setting standards for appropriate level of competence and strive to achieve those standards. So I think the idea of this is not to settle for less and always create the high standard product or competence, and we should always think the high standard for ethical services. 2.3 Know and respect existing laws pertaining to professional work. Members must obey existing state, provincial, national, and international laws unless there is a compelling ethical basis not to do so. So, in section 2.3, we should be aware of the bureaus that guide us to be a professional in the computing industry, and do not try to group any rules that governs the complete industry. 2.4 Accept and provide appropriate professional review. Quality professional work, especially to the computing profession, depends on professional reviewing and critiquing. So here states that we should be open-minded and accept criticism because it enhances our abilities to achieve better. In section 2.5, states that give comprehensive and thorough evaluations of computer systems and their impacts, including analysis of possible risk. Computer professionals are in a position of special trust and therefore have a special responsibility to provide objective, credible evaluations to employers, clients, users, and publics. So, means of this that we should always look thoroughly to the problems that may occur, and we should check it correctly so that no problems will occur to our products or services. Next, 2.6 says here that honor contracts, agreements, and assigned responsibilities. A computing professional has a responsibility to request a change in any assignment that he or she feels cannot be completed as defined. Um, I think is the idea is not settle for less and always perform as high standard as possible and try to avoid a foolish or work on the product that do not give the best on the computing industry. 2.7 article Improve public understanding of computing and its consequences. Accounting professionals have a responsibility to share technical knowledge with the public by encouraging of computing, including the impacts of computer systems and their limitations. Um, Says here that we should so the meaning of this the so we can create code, software or systems We should understand the system and its consequences, and we should be fully aware how the system work and how it can affect to occur to the customer or to the people who use the system. Next is the 2.8 article. It says here that access computing and communications resources only when authorized to do so. Theft or destruction of tangible and electronic property is prohibited by Imperative 1.2. Avoid harm to others. Trespassing and unauthorized use of computer or communication system is addressed by this imperative. So in this section, it's about privacy. We should only access computing and communication resourcing when authorized or when we have the right to access the information. Next is now let's discuss the third section of Codes of Ethics, which is the section 3, Organization Leadership Imperatives. The ethical obligations of organizations tends to be neglected in the most codes or professional conduct, perhaps because these codes are written from the perspective of the individual members. 3.1 article articulates social responsibilities of members of an organizational unit and encourage full responsibilities of those responsibilities. Organizational procedures and attitude oriented towards quality and the welfare of the society will reduce harm to members of the public, thereby serving public interest and fulfilling social responsibility. So we should do what is good for people and we should only focus on the concern to what the people heeded. 3.2 article manage personnel and resources to design and build information system that enhance the quality of working life. When implementing a computer system, organizations must consider the personal and professional development, physical safety, and human dignity of all workers. It states that we should be a team player and we should know how to work in a group. So we must encourage acceptance and accept criticism need with our group since it is our social responsibility as organization or a group. Next, the 3.3 article. Acknowledge and support proper and authorized uses of an organization's computing and communication resources. Computer system can become tools to harm as well as the benefit. An organization, the leadership that has responsibility to clearly define appropriate uses of organizational computing resources. So we should manage our working force and our resources to the best of its quality so that they can deliver the higher standard as possible to the people. Next, we have 3.4. Ensure that users and those who will be affected by a system have their needs clearly articulated during the assessment and design of requirements. Later, the system must validate to meet requirements. System validation should have their needs accessed and incorporated in the statement of requirements. So we should follow rules and regulations created by the Code Vision. The idea of this is to support the policy and obey. Next, we have 3.5 article. Articulate and support policies that protect the dignity of users and others affected by the computing system. Computer professionals who are in decision-making positions should verify the system are designed and implemented to protect personal privacy and enhance personal dignity. So for the group, we should take our member of the organization, and we should respect our co-members and let them grow and learn and take lesson, and we should learn a lesson. Next, 3.6. Create opportunities for members of the organization to learn the principles and limitations of computer systems. Opportunities must be available to all members to help them improve their knowledge and skills in computing, including courses that familiarize them in the consequence and limitations of particular types of systems. Also, when we tamper the codes or the system, um, we should always be careful not to interfere and mess up the system, and that is unacceptable when it happens because a lot of the teamwork of the system do a lot of work and effort. Next, uh, so the last of ethics is the section 4, compliance with the code. The future of the computing profession depends on both technical and ethical excellence. So the 4.1 article states here that uphold and promote the principles of these codes. The future of the computing profession depends on both technical and ethical excellence. So all of the code that we have just read from section 2 to section 3, we should promote and imply, and we should do what the rule given to us and comply. And lastly is 4.2 article. Treat, treat violations of this code as inconsistent with membership in the ACM. This code may be published without permission as long as it is not changed in any way and it carries copyright notice. So, when we violate the code, we should be inconsistent with it and not make it a practice to repeat the said violation, because as a member of the team, we should be responsible and obey the rule created by the Code of Ethics, as said in the section 4.1 that we should repeat the principles of the code. I think that's it for the Code of Ethics. And thank you for listening.